Again, we can go over and over, so it doesn't matter. Okay, ¿listo?
Listo. But you send me the questions or you just ask the question?
I sent you the questions in the email, but I'll ask them now. They're muy.
Let's flow and we can see.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Shapeshift Your Life podcast. Today is really exciting. I have an amazing guest with me today, and we're going to be talking about sacred sweat. One moment. Okay. And we're going to be talking about sacred sweat, initiating into the womb of the earth. So, one second again. Sergio Pulido, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to be talking about sacred sweat, initiating into the womb of Mother Earth. So I have an amazing guest with me, Sergio Pulido. He is the founder of the Pachamama Experiences, and I am so looking forward to having an opportunity to working with him directly, and we're going to talk all about that later on. But I really couldn't think of a better time to talk about this idea of deepening our relationship with Pachamama, deepening our relationship with the darkness. You know, you've heard me say over and over again, the darkness is where all creation is born, right? Everything comes from pitch blackness. It's only that we know the light because we first understood the dark when we were in the womb of our mother's bellies. And so the womb of the earth is also holding and supporting us. And when we look out at the world and we get overwhelmed by the headlines, we're getting overwhelmed by the news and the doom and gloom and war. Reinitiating, reconnecting to the earth is one of the quickest, most powerful things that we can do to stay grounded and to stay anchored. And what I love about the earth is that she takes what we have to give, right? We take her for granted. We're always walking over her. We eat from the earth, and the earth is always just ready to receive us. And so we're going to go a little bit deeper into what that looks like, particularly as we talk about a very ancient ceremony called the Temezcal. I'm going to add one thing for lineage of fire and prayer. So we're going to be exploring the lineage of fire and prayer. We're going to be talking about this ceremony of radical release. And if you've been feeling called to shed some skin, to let some weight go, feeling like you're holding on to something that you're ready to release, I promise you this episode is for you. So let's get into it. All right. So welcome, bienvenido, Sergio. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. It's a really pleasure spending with you this space for all the people interested for the Temezcal, and for us, all the Pachamama team. It's a very honor talking with you, Sakya.
Okay. Can you do that one more time, but a little bit louder? Same thing. Let's take it again. So thank you. So welcome, Sergio, to Shapeshift Your Life podcast.
Thank you, Sakya. It's a very honor to be with you in this morning, talking about the Temezcal for all the team to the Pachamama Experiencia. It's very glad to stay with you here.
Thank you. Well, we're honored to have you. So before we get into the Temezcal, let's just talk about tu experiencia personal. Yes, I'm going to go into a little bit of Spanglish for my English listeners today. Your personal experience, right? Is this something you were raised in? How did you get connected to these traditions and connected to this work? Tell us a little bit about your personal story.
Okay, in the Temezcal was very lucky, the connection with that, because maybe 20 years ago, I have a friend and he invited me for a Temezcal, and I never know what's the Temezcal. So I just accept the invitation over there, and come on, I love it because when you are into the warm heart, so the process that start into yourself is going a different conscience status, you know. And over there in the darkness, with the zinc, with the people getting a very good vibe into the Temazcal. So change your mind, definitely change your mind. And then after that, I started to go every weekend, every weekend, because
Wow.
I was falling in love in that emotional status into the Temazcal. So 20 years ago was my first day with the Temazcal, and after 20 years ago, I try to make a once Temazcal per week.
Wow. That's a lot of heat, a lot of fire, mucho fuego, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
So it's interesante. Oh my God, my daughter calling me. Hold on. Hey, babe, I'm recording. Can you hear me? Is it an emergency? Hello?
Have an urgent matter.
Okay, what's going on? I'm sorry.
Don't worry, don't worry.
That was my daughter. She's having an
okay.
emergency. Yeah, she had an emergency in New York. She'll be fine. Okay.
Okay.
So we're still recording. So my next question, Sergio, is I'm curioso about how you combine this ancient traditions of the Temezcal. I know you also facilitate ayahuasca and peyote and plant medicine. Pero muchas personas en Mexico es católico, ¿verdad? I'm sure maybe you were raised Catholic. So how do you reconciliar these traditions diferentes, ¿verdad? Where maybe in the Catholic Church, the Christian Church, these things are not okay, not welcomed. So I'm curious how you combine that in your own practice. ¿Entiendo? ¿Or entiendes?
Sí.
Sí.
Okay, I can answer.
Sí.
Okay. Well, in Mexico, for the Mexican culture, we have two inside or roots. Not this only for the
Otra vez, en México. Okay, okay.
for the Mexican roots, and this is emotional way. Okay. Well, in Mexico, we have a very Mexican roots, very traditional ways to do the things, but it's not a big difference. The Guadalupe Virgin, so
Sí,
for the Mexicas, it was Tonantzin. When the Spain people come and try to modify that cultures, so
sí.
they make a syncretism. So our Virgin of Tonantzin becoming the Guadalupe Virgin.
Claro que
So
sí.
the sense of that Virgin is the same. Is the Mother Earth. Is the Virgin that care about the people and all the culture of the Guadalupe Virgin going not exactly, but it's the same. So how combine this? Yeah, in Mexico we have a very influence about the Catholicism, but
Sí.
we we stay with our roots. So we make tamales, we make in our vision, and the religion for the tradition, it's not don't should to be in fight. We can
Mm-hmm.
combine all the things. So yeah, the Temazcal, and this is my vision. It's like go to the church because you going to a place to pray, to singing, to stay with
Mm-hmm.
you, to stay with the
Mm-hmm.
Grand Spirit. It's a place that you can reconnect with yourself.
Sí.
So because in the darkness, with the steam, with the plants, with the guide, so you going into yourself to find you again, to
Mm-hmm.
reconnect with your roots or reconnect with your essence. It's not a big or not it's a big problem for the religion because in the Mexican we stay using teas, like a medicine. We have a little bit tricks for a different disease. So the Mexican in general are so open to the traditional ways
Sí.
to resolve things.
I love that because en mi cultura también es similar. Many of our traditions from Africa, from West Africa, we brought with us to the Americas, to Cuba, to Brazil, to Haiti, to Estados Unidos también, and we syncretized our traditions with Christianity. So what you're saying is mismo, as similar. It's the same, that even in Mexico, even though you all were colonized by the Spanish, you all still syncretized your gods with these Catholic saints and maintain these traditions. So it's no separado, it's more of an expansion. So that's muy interesante. And I'm curious, yo curioso, what is the name of the tribe or tradition that created the Temezcal? Is it the Aztecs, the Mayans, which people?
Okay, it's not exactly science because you know what? In Norway have a kind of temazcals. So in the Lakota region have a temazcals. Mesoamerican region have a temazcal. I think it's a very knowledge, very, very, very old. So maybe not is the exactly history of the temazcal, but all the pre-Hispanic cultures in America use use the steam like a way to purify your mind, your soul, and your body. So
Okay.
we don't have the I don't know, like who invite the telephone, who invite the temazcal. No way.
Who
But all
invented? Yes.
the knowledge for the pre-Hispanic cultures use the temazcal like a purify your mind, your soul, and your body.
Okay. I love that. And so, what are some of the other traditions of these people? In addition to the Temescal, you mentioned plants, you mentioned the Mother Earth, you named some of the gods or the deities. Can you talk a little bit more about the principles of this tradition?
Yeah, of course. In the Temazcal, like for the Mexicans, we have a four guardians into the Temazcal. So, and in each direction is going to leader for a one guardian. In the east is for the Quetzalcoatl, la serpiente emplumada, and the direction talking about the hope. Okay, for the south is Huitzilopochtli, and it's a left colibri.
Actually, can I pause you right there? Can you do that again? But when you say Quetzalcoatl, can you explain what Quetzalcoatl is when you go through the different directions?
Okay, perfect.
For people who don't know.
Don't worry. Let me plug in my cell phone because it's running out of battery.
Okay.
Just give me
Okay.
2 minutes.
Okay, everything is working out in your favor. I promise, my love, do not worry. This is going to be okay. Just continue to take deep breaths. Don't allow yourself to get stressed, and mom will call you as soon as I can. You've done an amazing job, and spirit will continue blessing you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not gonna, I'm gonna cut this out, but when you go through the directions, because my listeners maybe don't know, no sabes Quetzalcoatl or the different, so just say a little bit, no necesito mucho, pero un poquito más información about them. Are they deities? Are they gods? As you go through the different directions. ¿Vale?
Okay.
So I'll ask the question otra vez, but take your time. Let me know when you're ready. I'll ask the question again.
Okay. Serpiente emplumada. Just let me make use
Sí,
this one to
sí.
elaborate good.
Okay, está bien.
Father Earth Serpent. It's correct?
Sí, es correcto.
In the pronunciation is okay? Father Earth?
Es perfecto.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. So that's muy interesante. I wonder, can you talk to us un poquito más about where these traditions came from and what are some of the principles of the Temescal?
Okay, we're from the Temazcal, the Mesoamerican cultures in the different cultures like Olmecas, Mayas, Aztecas, Mexicas. Sorry about that. Again. Sorry.
We'll cut that out. No worries.
Okay. Okay. Where the Temazcal come from, it's very difficult because in all the Mesoamerican, in even North America, have the Temazcal. But in the different cultures, Olmecas, Mexicas, Siris, Lakotas, Mayas, Otomís, using this ceremony for purify everything. Mind, soul, heart, the body. And into the Temazcal, they have in the Mexican way, we have a 4 direction, east, south, west, and north. And each direction have the guardian, have the supreme leader in that direction.
Okay.
For the first one is in east direction, the guardian is Quetzalcoatl and means the beginning, okay? Quetzal is a sacred bird for the Mesoamerican, and Coatl is the serpent. The Quetzal, we have the feathers, and the Coatl is the serpent. So it's the feather serpent. That's mean Quetzalcoatl. And the Quetzal means the sky, and the Coatl, the serpent, the body, the earth. And represent the union of the earth and the sky. And in this direction, we use 13 stones. Okay, in the red ones. After the fires, putting the stones into the Temazcal to make the steam with a tea, with the tea. So the second one is Huitzilopochtli, and it's for the south. Okay, the hummingbird. This is the left hummingbird.
Wow.
Huitzil.
Okay.
The god of the war, but not the belly work, the work inside of you.
Sí,
So
sí.
when you have the little one angel here and the little one devil here, so that's Huitzilopochtli. Because every day, every moment, you are in war into yourself. So in that direction, we're working for the willpower and discipline. So the action, movement, and we following our path with courage, you know. And Huitzilopochtli represent that action, the will, the moving, and invite you to don't fear again. So that's the reason why we empowerment or will. The third direction is for the west, and the guardian is Chipetotl. Chipetotl means, literal means is our Lord of Flying One.
The what?
Our Lord Flyeth One.
Flying one?
Flyeth.
Flying?
F-L-A-D, no, F-L-A-I-E-D.
Flied. Flying. The flying one, like flying like a bird.
Yeah, no, because fly doesn't have the E in middle of the L and Y, right?
Yeah, what's it called?
Or Lord of Flyeth One.
Can you spell it?
F-L-A-I-E-D.
Flayed.
Flayed.
Flayed. And what's the name of the direction?
Chipetotl is for the west. Yeah. Okay, we start again the direction, right?
Just that one.
Okay, but what is the pronunciation of Flyeth?
How do you spell Chipacotli real quick? Yeah, how do you spell it?
X-I-P-E space T-O-T-E C.
XIP or D? Chipetotic.
XIP, P like Pedro,
Okay.
space TOTEC.
Oh, the flayed one, the flayed one. We don't normally, so flayed is how you, meaning peeled or to shed.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
when
Shed skin.
take off her skin for a new one.
Okay. Okay, so do that. Do chipetotic otra vez, por favor. I would say shed because we don't use flayed in English. In English, shed,
Okay.
shed,
Shed.
shed, like peeling or peeling off skin. You could say as well.
Yeah, it's better, no? Because shed we can confuse with another thing.
Okay.
Peel off the skin, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the third direction is for the west, and the guardian is Shipetotec. And Shipetotec means that is our Lord that peel off the skin one. So and means exactly peel off all the bad into your mind, into your heart. So in that direction we have the opportunity to make or to take decisions that will impact in our life. So it's the transformation and it's as well the direction for the woman.
Okay.
That direction is going for the Ciguatlampa. Sigua means in Mexica woman. Atlampa place off. That's mean the Ciguatlampa, the third direction, and this with this Xipetote represent. So the power of the transformation where we shed old layers and allow something now to bear in us, right? And the last one is the fourth direction is the Mictlán. And the guardian is the Mictlantecutli, and Mictlantecutli means the lord of the underworld, okay? And it's not necessary to bad think, it's only the underworld, okay? For the Mexicas people, it's no bad things or good things, it's only the things, and that's it. And Mictlantecutli is the lord of this place, you know? And represent the death, but not in a symbolical way, not in a realistic or literal way. The death of your pain, the death of your suffer, the death of your blah blah blah. Notice the exactly things of the death of the life is the Mictlan make into yourself a very very deep change because you use that direction to get in that direction all the old and you're reborn. As well, the Mictlan represent the silence and the introspection. Because when the things are going death, first you need to be in peace. In peace to death, right? And is the ancestral wisdom. That's represent. Caltecutli not is in a fear way. We need to make more beautiful acts. We need to move in our transformation and return to the wisdom. So into the Temezcal we have 4 rounds. Okay, we put 4 rounds of stones, very hot stones, and in each round we offer the sweat for that direction and for that guardians.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what I hear you saying is each direction pays homage to a particular energetic spirit that is connected with different parts of who we are that allow us to connect and release and peel off layers of ourselves. And so you talked about the stones. Can you talk un poquito más about the fuego, about the fire, and about this, qué significa la fuego in la Temezcal?
Okay, There is a very important part as well, even the direction, the fire. The fire call it huehueteotl. And huehueteotl, it means that's the guy that everything transforms just with touching, like the fire. The fire, when touch the goods, transform the goods in heat, in light, ash even, and represent that transformation. That's the reason the stones put into the fire to heat and transform the way you think, you know. And the fire is so close for the with the some emotions like fear, like clarify, the tension and the freedom, you know. And in that way, the fire as well represent the vital energy. It's like your heart. That's the fire of your heart, the vital energy that living in your heart. And it's represent the sun. So the sun is the most beautiful vital energy that we receive here into the earth. So is that motivation to do the things, is the vital pulse, you know. The fire as well lighting all that you can see with your eyes. It's like when you are walking into a beautiful forest into the night, you need the fire to see that you can see. So that's the mean. And the fire is purification. So the Temezcal, the fire into the Temezcal purify not only the body and throw sweat. The fire also gives you the emotional clarify and purify your mind as well. Into the Temezcal, if the fire is doesn't into the Temezcal, it's not Temezcal. That's it. And fire doesn't just burn, you know, it's rebelled, it's transformed, and remind us what is the change that we need to make.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that, Sergio. So you talked a lot about the fire, and we know that through the plants and the water, that creates the steam inside and dentro the temezcal that allows us to sweat. But I also know that temezcal es muy oscuro, ¿verdad? It's dark. It's very, very dark. ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Qué significa the darkness in the temezcal también?
Okay. Reason of the darkness into the Temezcal is, remember, the Temezcal is a womb of the Mother Earth. So that's a very private, not as private the word, but maybe it's the very intimate space for reborn. That's mean the darkness, because you are in an introspection time. So you don't need any distractor. You need to be with you in that darkness. You need to be reborn. You know, when you have a seed and you put it into the earth, the seed is with water, with warmth, into the darkness, and all the things you need to grow up, to find the fire, to find the light. So when you are into the Temezcal, you are that seed. You are darkness, you are with your sweat, you are looking for the light, you are looking for the knowledge. So it's very important have that intimate space, because I need to be into the darkness to recognize the light.
Yeah.
If you look in peace, first you need to experimentize the chaos. So that's the reason why the Temezcal is in the darkness.
Okay, beautiful. So después de Temezcal, right? After, what can people expect? Maybe how do they feel? How do they take the lessons from the Temezcal? How do they carry it with them? What do people experience after the Temezcal, por ejemplo?
Okay, into the Temezcal, when the Temezcal is running, you feel anxiety, you feel stress, you feel that you can't go on anymore, and because we have a spiritual ego, you know? That ego say to you, come on, go out, Ron. You are so hot. You need to finish this. But that's the reason we need to control our mind, our breathing, our body. And after that, after the stress, you have the experience like freedom. You are in peace, you are so relaxing, no more stress, no more things that you are overthinking, you know, you are in a relaxed way. So that's the most people experiment after the Temazcal, in a relaxing mood, in everything. I have a problem. Okay, I know. Maybe tomorrow we can put it into the list. But this is the very great part of the Temazcal. You know, when a child is burning, is
Birthing.
okay. You know, when a child is born, have a stress, have a very difficult emotional things in their body. But after he stay next to the mom and is in completely rest of peace. The baby don't needs anything. It's just in arms or mom and start to getting milk. But it's the same. It's the same feeling when you experiment the Temazcal. After a couple hours more, you need to be warm. You need to be in peace. It's an amazing. It's remind how do you feel that? Because we are now in adult life, we never remind how feels the moms, the arms moms again. So we are grow up, we are so strong, we are so disciplined, but you don't take the moment to remind how is getting into your belly's mom. So that's the experience after the Temazcal.
I love that. So we have one final question. You're doing great.
Okay?
Our last question. So you talked about breath, respirar. What is the role of breath? Because I agree, I have experienced many temazcals. It's hot and it's dark, and you can panic for that. You can think, oh my God, I want to leave. You want to get out. And you really have to tap into your breath. So I'm wondering if you could just talk a little bit about the role of breath work in the temazcal.
Very interesting questions, and I have two different explains for that. The first one is the physical one. We need to breathe in like okay, again. Okay, it's very interesting question, Sakia, because we have two different explains for that. The first one is the physical one. When you are breathing like a bull fighting into the Temazcal, you beating is go up, right? And the beating go up, your body reaction for wants to go out of the place. So into the Temazcal you need to be in a breathing way, so low, so in calm. That's the important to domain your feelings, and don't your feelings domain your mind. So that's very important, because when you finally understand that, all the things out of the Temazcal change. Traffic problems, traffic with my partners in the work. So you are in the Temazcal in that moment of the stress, and remember of breathe working, and everything is going down, everything is going to calm again. And the second one, the spiritual one, when you want to feel that the grand spirit, God, I don't know what you call, when you need to feel, you need only breathe, because there is the vital energy. We start breathing as when we are born, and all the life we breathing every day, every second, every moment. When you are happy, you breathing. When you are sad, you breathing. When you are tired, you breathing. When you are have a lot of energy, you breathing. So God, I mean the vital energy is right there with you, next to you. So if I feel stress, I call for that God or call for that energy and say, come on, energy, stay with me, help me in this, and start breathing. Inhale all the plants into the Temezcal, for that is the medicine, right? The steam with the plants. And that's the reason we need to make a very hard breathe working into the Temezcal.
Thank you. So I love the power of our breath, the power of darkness, the power of plants, the power of fire, all of these sacred elements really coming together to support us in our own personal rebirth, right? We have the first birth through the womb of our mother, but we can reinitiate ourselves. We can go back to Pachamama. We can return to the Mother Earth, and we can birth ourselves again and again and again. And I think what more of a powerful time on the planet right now than to have the opportunity to rebirth ourselves. And I give thanks for the power of our ancestors that have given us these sacred traditions, these sacred ceremonies that allow us to tap in and really recognize who we are. And I really love that point that you made around breath because, you know, we can panic and we can add stress to our bodies, but if we can slow the breath down, right? If we can slow our mind down, that same practice we take out of the Temezcal when we are looking at the news or dealing with stress that's going on in the world. We can remind ourselves that we're going to get through it, right? We're going to get through it by just breathing and not allowing that energy to fester. So it's really an embodied practice that we can all carry with us. So I just want to thank you, muchísimas gracias, Sergio, for being with us today, for explaining the Temezcal ceremony. For those of you who would like to participate, we do have some opportunities for you to go deeper. May 2nd, we will be holding a Temezcal ceremony at Nikanka Retreat Center with Sergio, and we will also be doing another one in September for my 4-day retreat. And we've got maybe 3 or 4 spots left for that retreat, Sergio. So we have a very big group that is coming together. We have folks coming together from all over the world to participate in this ceremony with you. So as we close out, I'd love if you could talk a little bit more about Pachamama experiences. I am going to put your link to all of your information on the website, all of the link to your information will be in the description of this podcast episode. But if you want to just talk a little bit more about your work, because I know your work is not just the Temezcal, you do other things. If you could just let us know a little bit more about what you do and how people can stay connected to you.
Thank you for the space, Akia. Yeah, we make as well ceremonies with master plants into the Estado de Mexico. We make here in Morelos and in Veracruz. That's the principal areas we work in with master plants. I don't know if it's possible to say the name, but it's better not.
Yeah, it's legal. You could say the name of the plants.
Okay, we make a ayahuasca ceremony, psilocybin ceremonies, and mescaline ceremonies. As well, bufo and puri the cambo as well. And if you want to experiment at Temezcal, we have a beautiful place right here in Cuernavaca, Morelos, that's called Tonacali, and it's in the North Cuernavaca. And you know our friend Steven Place as his amazing thing. If you wanna or if you have a group and you need to organize it at Temezcal, you can contact us to make possible that. Well, in the Temezcal, in the Mexica culture, we have a word, a very powerful word that is okaje. And okaje, it means today is a good day to die. So thank you so much, Sergio, for everything. Thank you for the space. It's a pleasure to meet you always. And thank you and really appreciate it for your attentions.
Thank you for joining. And for my American listeners and my English speaker listeners, this is Sergio's primero interview in English, and you did fantastic. For my astrology people, tell everybody about your astrology sign so they can understand, and tu cumple también, so they can understand that you really are of the fire keeper.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We do it with all the heart.
Yes. Okay. Thanks everybody for joining. We hope to see you at one of our experiences here in Mexico. And again, we do hope that you'll reach out to Sergio on your own if you want to create another experience for yourself. We'll see you next time. Until then, keep shifting. Bye. Right.